Yes, guys, welcome to the Gianni Matici YouTube show. Hope you're all very well this evening. It's Friday Night Live. Grab a beer, get in the chat, get your questions in, and let's talk a little bit about today's news because Solanke, Neto, Brighton may be signing a left back, by the way. Yeah, Barco owners, beware. Current drafts, midfielders in general, Salah and Haaland, all but so much to discuss. I'm here to answer your questions too. If you're watching on catch up, then get your questions in the chat, in the comments, sorry. And guys, thank you for joining me on Friday Night Live. I might do this quite regularly. I quite like the idea of Friday Night Lives. Not going to lie, my Friday nights are usually in doing very little, so I may as well stream and speak to you lot. Who is in the house? Let's say hello. We've got Danny with us. Theo's good. Sammy, Joseph, thank you. No longer clear talisman, not on pens, but not a great. Yeah, he's still be better at Spurs. Heather is with us. Joseph and Mark. HLE Solanke is also only 7.5. Yeah, he's so worth it. He's so worth it. I wouldn't start with Foden, but could be. Yeah, exactly. Guys, we need to talk. Lalex, Geddy, GK. Matthew as well. We need to talk about Anthony Gordon and the England lads returning because right now, as we record this, Newcastle are playing this evening and Anthony Gordon is in the starting 11. That means he's going to start game week 1. If he gets 45 or 60 tonight, if he got 30 tonight, I'd be a bit worried. He's going to get 45 or 60. And if he gets 45 or 60, come game week 1, he's going to be ready to start. Absolutely. Hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining. Guys, if you fancy hitting the like button nice and early, that'd be amazing. Of course, I've got you coming through my wrong speaker. Yeah, thank you, team. Nice to chat this Friday. Get your questions in as well. I'll answer as many as I can. And obviously, if you're new around here, because I'm guessing loads of you are, because it's like, what happens is, ahead of game week 1, preseason content is high, but also the amount of new people watching your channel is high. It's when YouTubers can really capitalize on the idea of people watching their channel. So loads of newbies around that probably have never watched me for the first time. And if you're wondering why you can't put your comment in the chat, you've got to be subscribed to put a comment in the chat. But if you are watching for the first time and fancy hitting that subscribe button, that would be way appreciated. So thank you for doing that if you are. Who's with us? Who's with us? Sammy's in the house. I'm still starting with Foden. Bench at worst. Yeah. Look, I think Foden at 9.5 million is underpriced. He should be the same as Saka at 10. Arguably, he should be the same as Palmer at 10.5, but I think the same as Saka would be fair. I thought the three of them would all come in at the same price. Gordon must be shattered after his embarrassed. Yeah, I know, Mark, but he's still away. He's still training every day. He's still not having a rest. He's obviously had his rest now, but yeah, being away is still being away. You still got to train every day. Solanke isn't going to start game week 1. I don't think Solanke is going to start game week 1. And actually, this is really interesting. By Spurs' first game, right? Remember, they play on the Monday night. Leicester Spurs, I'm going to that. Solanke will have done 25 days without any preseason minutes. He played 34 minutes on the 21st of July. He played 64 minutes on the 25th of July. Bournemouth had a friendly on the 4th of August. He didn't play in it. Game week 1 is the 19th of August. 25 days without a game. There's no way Solanke starts. I can't see it. I don't think he'll start game week 1. Impact off the bench, yeah, is massively underpriced. Totally agree. Yeah, he is. He so is. Hello to everyone. Thank you guys for joining. Do get your questions in. I'll get to as many as I can. Nice to see so many familiar faces in the chat as well. And thank you all, by the way, for giving us the thumbs up. The like button really helps the algorithm. Pretty much, if you hit like right now, more people will see the stream. In effect, apparently. That's how it works. Offcourt is with us. Thank you, Offcourt. Yeah, Offcourt's one of my channel members. You'll see the channel members. Firstly, channel members, I always bring up your comments, so you'll see them. But secondly, there's loads of extra content and stuff for channel members if that's your thing. Fabio is with us. Buongiorno. What are my thoughts on Gordon? Gordon's been in all my teams, pretty much. I think it's either Gordon or a riskier punt, like someone like a Jota. Like if I show you like how my team's shaping up, like you can see here, I've got Diogo Jota in. This is with a Solanke draft I've just put together this evening. But let's assume I go with Solanke. Then I've got one 7.5 slot for a high-risk player like Jota or a more nailed 90-minute man like Anthony Gordon. I expect now with tonight's news, I'll probably end up on Gordon. Strongly believe Solanke is not a game week 1 team, but it'll be ultra popular for first. Absolutely, he will be. He will be. And look, yeah, Hall's starting again tonight. Taylor, Hall's been in most of my teams in the last couple of weeks anyway. Like, Hall ended the season so well. Burns' minutes have all been at centre-back. I think Hall's first choice. Yeah. Look, the Solanke news means there's a good chance I don't start the season with Kulu. If Solanke's signing was like later next week, and I thought Kulu was good for 2 starts game week 1 and 2, I'd still risk him in. But I think we'll see Kulu number 9 game week 1. And now I think we'll see Solanke number 2 game week 2. I'm struggling with Gordon, Salah, Son, Eze and Kuku team, lack of Man City attack. Wait, Lee, I mean, that is tough. Like, having no Man City attack is tough. You could go for a differential like Bob. Genuinely, I don't mind the Bob shout. Gibbs White or Wood? The latter has looked better pre-season. No, Gibbs White over Wood. Only subscribed a few weeks ago, but been loving my channel. Thank you, NUFC Milan. That is really cool. That's awesome that you subscribed. Thank you. Solanke leaving. Yeah, it does knacker Bournemouth a little bit. I mean, he's their talisman. When we look at the whole talisman theory, like, he's right up there. Nuclear Atoms is in the house. Hey, if Solanke doesn't start game week 1, then he's only good for game week 2, and then the tough fixtures. They do. But those tough fixtures, Nuclear, it's away at Newcastle, game week 3 for Spurs. That is a tough fixture, sure. Yeah, and then game week 4 is Arsenal. So I get it. Yeah, thank you, Ofco. I must remember to plug Fest more often. Are any of you guys based in London or in the UK and coming to London next Friday? Fantasy Football Fest is a meet-up for 400 odd FPL managers. I run it. So come along to Fest next Friday. Like FPL Pricey. Bang on the money there. Perfect timing. Pricey is close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. If you're looking for another YouTuber that you might want to go and watch that produces similar content and style to myself, then FPL Pricey might be a guy. Feel free to click on his name and then hit the subscribe button. Wood or Maniz? Maniz for me all day long. Sammy, yeah, can't wait for Fest. First time for me. Oh, good man, Sammy. Sammy, as a channel member, gets to come to Fest for free. And off-core, by the way, if you want to come for free, you can too. Channel members should not be paying for Fantasy Football Fest. That's 25 quid saved. So yeah, let me know, channel members, if you are around. By the way, if you're like, why would I be a channel member? What's a channel member? Channel members can join the squad tier, and you'll notice all my channel members priority in the chat as always. The extra content too. Extra videos. If you want to be an ultra, not only can you join the ultras WhatsApp group, which is active and includes former champion Ali Hangarov and FPL Chai and a few other really cool people. There's about 15, 20 of us in there. There's also Manager of the Month prize. £100. £100 Manager of the Month prize in the ultras if you play the sleeper game. Yeah, pretty cool. John's in. Another one of my ultras. Hello, John. Hello. John is in from South Africa. Extra content is really helpful. Guys, where in the world? John being in from South Africa has made me think, where in the world are you all watching from? British 87's in the house. British 87, thank you for watching the official fantasy show, which went out yesterday. I saw your comment on YouTube. Is Kwanzaa starting over Kanate? It's a 50-50 call. If I was a betting man, which at times I am, I would say Kwanzaa will start because he's the better passer. He's just a better passer than Kanate. And if we know Arne's slot, he wants a controlled possession style. And I think that suits Kwanzaa. Is that a very, very risky 4.5 punt? It absolutely is. Kanal is in the house. Hey, Kanal, we've just been chatting on voice note. Another one of my channel members. Good to see you, Kanal. He is in from India. Where in the world are you watching from? Let me give you a call out. Give me a country. Give me a city. Is it safe to say? Look, I've said Hall's first choice left back for a while, Nuclear. He starts again tonight. Is Grealish worth the punt? I prefer Bob, if I'm honest. Pereira or Smith Rowe? Ooh. Smith Rowe. Pereira's going to leave, potentially. London. There we go, Sammy. Straight in. Sally is in Egypt. Yeah. There's a lot of Egyptian. We've got Smoothing from Greece. We've got Heather in Ireland. We've got Barris in Poland. Nicholas in Boston. Geddy in Belfast. Don't we love how like, far wide this game goes. We've got Rasmus in Sweden laying on a beach in the USA. Oh, Paul Pellegrino. Very, very jealous, Paul Pellegrino. Watching from Sweden. What beach are you at? Whereabouts? Malaysia, Stefan's in. Red Deer, Canada. British A7's in East London. London. Look, you Londoners, come down and see me next Friday. If you want a free ticket, honestly, I can hook you up. Minnesota, there we go. New York City. Yeah, the Fantasy Football Fest details are there. Thank you, Off-Call, for sharing. Guys, I want to go through today's big news. So jealous of Paul on the beach. Yeah, me too. He's on a beach in Rhode Island. Nice. South Korea. Nice to see you, Dong. Thank you for joining. Some of you, I don't know your names too well, which makes me think you might be new. If you are new around here, please do hit that subscribe button. Thank you as well for hitting the like button. But if you're new around here, thank you for joining on this Friday night stream. We've got Fabio in New York. Yeah, Sally, big news today. Look, let's go through some of the big stories today, shall we? Zaha back to Palace. Zaha hasn't been included in the squad for the Galatasaray friendly match this evening. We know Palace would like to replace Elise. Now, Zaha, of course, plays on the left, but they've signed Sarr on the right. They've signed... who else have they signed? Palace have signed 2 attacking mids. Ismail Sarr, Kamada, of course, from Lazio, but was at Frankfurt with Glasner. So they've strengthened without Elise. They've effectively bought Sarr, Kamada, and Zaha, all just to cover Elise. Strength and depth there at Crystal Palace, if that happens. The other big news, I guess, Willie's in South Africa. Will Zaha be on pens over Eze? I don't think he will be, but let's see. Lalex, I'm going to answer your question about Jota in a minute as well. But look, let me just go through some of the big headlines of the day. Solanke looks like the Spurs moves on. He'll be done in the next day or two, guys. And with that in mind, does Solanke start game week 1? I think he features game week 1, starts maybe game week 2, but I don't see him starting game week 1, guys. And that's purely the fact that his last football was on the 25th of July in a preseason friendly. He's not played. It'll be 25 days. Yeah, I did some maths earlier. So look, the other big news, I think, for me was just looking at some of the data from the friendlies. Oscar Bob has played more minutes than any other Man City player in preseason. And in that time, 5 attacking returns in the 4 games where he got 90, 90, 75 and 70. Guys, Oscar Bob, I'm tempted to go early. It all comes down to where does Bernardo Silva play in this Man City team? If Bernardo Silva is playing on the right-hand side, where he did probably half the season last year, then Bob will be second choice. If Bernardo plays more centrally, where he has done at times, and especially with no Alvarez and De Bruyne maybe slow recovering, Bernardo might be more needed centrally. And again, that could see Oscar Bob getting more minutes on the right-hand side. Of course, Foden can also play on the right, but you'd like to think Foden's going to get most of his minutes central. Oscar Bob is on my mind. Remember, we're talking 8th attacker here. We don't need him to be a starter every game. If you think he starts the season, first couple of games, you could go there. Of course, as Nuclear says, Rodgers is a very good 5 million asset too. What I'd say is if you can find the extra 0.5 for your 8th attacker, that's so much better than a 4.5 midfielder. Going Bob or going Rodgers. Of course, if you can find the extra 0.5 again, you get a Smith Rowe or a Minte, better again. But you can't have them all. Other big news today. Well, Brighton, this is a big one. We don't know if this move's going to happen. Eurofot, I saw the tweet. Brighton are pushing to sign a 24-year-old left back for about 30 million. If Brighton sign a left back, Barco ain't going to be in the team long, especially if they're spending 30 million on one. Yeah, let's see if the Turkish player does become a Brighton asset. If he does, then that Barco 4 million dream might be over, which would be very sad. We don't know if this move happens. Apparently, Herzler really wants him. Let's see. I'm guessing a lot of you have Barco in your teams and will be disappointed to hear this news. This is not confirmed. This is a linked story. Let's see as the days progress if this move materializes. But it ain't great, is it? It's not great. I was disappointed to see it. Yeah. Barco is so much better than the other 4 million options who are usually centre-backs from newly promoted teams. Harwood Bellis, Fass. Barco offered something a little bit different. The good point is Barco is mostly on benches. Yes, fair Delia. But for many, Barco was a fourth defender, not a fifth. So you might need your benches, but it's a fair point. Also, with a new signing, he ain't going to walk straight into the team. Remember, guys, this time next week, we're talking about the deadline's passed. Game week 1 kicks off in an hour. And with that in mind, new signings, especially new to the league, like I include Solanke in this, but new to the league, they're going to need some time on the training ground. Solanke will adapt a little bit quicker. And more importantly, Solanke will be playing Spurs' team. Spurs play Leicester on the Monday night. They're not playing Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So extra time there for Solanke to be ready. Guys, you may have seen I did a video earlier in the week around midfield tier lists. So I just want to bring your attention to a couple of midfielders that I plucked out. Top tier love, worth the pump, monitor, breakthrough, or meh. Let me know which ones you disagree with. I know loads of you will disagree with loads of these, and that's absolutely fine. This is a subjective game. But I said I'd talk about Jota. So you can see Jota here in worth the punt. I just wonder if Jota is worth the punt because I think he starts game week 1. And if he starts game week 1, it's Ipswich. And he plays well in game week 1, he could keep the spot, right? Ordinarily, if you're buying Jota, you need to know there's a very good chance you're getting 60 or 30. You're probably not going to get a 90-minute performance out of Jota. Not many. But that's okay because he's that good. I am tempted to punt with Jota, although if I'm punting on a Jota, that probably means I'm not able to punt on a Anthony Gordon. And I really want Gordon in my team. Maybe I end up with Gordon and Jota and say no Solanke. It's probably 2 from 3 of them as I'm currently thinking. But Anthony Gordon does start for Newcastle this evening. That is big news. The reason that's big news is that's his first game back. And many expected Gordon just to get half an hour. They thought first game back, most guys in preseason get half an hour. The fact he's starting tonight means he's going to start game week 1, which is brilliant news if you want Gordon against Southampton. You need him to get 45 or 60. It's good news. Does Neto change minutes from Kunku? Yeah, loving fantasy football, you're quite right. It's not a punt. I said Jota punt, not Gordon. I was wrong, yeah. The middle Palace breakthrough is Ismail Sarr, who, remember, was a Watford player, which was moved from Marseille. Does Neto change minutes on Nkunku? I don't think he does. He'll change Madueke's minutes a ton, possibly Sterling's minutes. He can play left or right, remember. He can even play down the middle if you need him to. Cameron says, still no Haaland in my team. I've made... Oh, Cam. Wow. Love that. Cam, I didn't realise... How long have you been signed up as a channel member? I didn't realise you're a channel member. That's awesome to know. I can see Cam's a channel member because he's got the emoji by his name. Which is pretty cool. Thank you, Cam, for supporting the channel. If anyone wants to become a member, you'll get so many shout outs. As you can see, the chat is dominated always by my channel members. So there is information on screen right now. Click the word join if you want to be a channel member. It's pretty easy. It's a way of supporting the channel, but also I'd like to think it's a way of you guys being more involved. So sure, you guys, all my regulars, most of my regulars are channel members. And with that in mind, the chat is built around you. The questions are built around you. Thank you, Danny. Good to see Danny and British87 in the chat this evening as well. Yeah, let's go back then to talking about some tier list players. Yes, Solanke maybe should be second tier. Yeah. It's just a price point. I'm obviously not saying like Saka's a bad player. I'm just saying monitor because I'm not fully sold that Saka should be $1.5 million more than Odegaard or 3 million more than Martinelli. Although I don't think Martinelli is going to be starting, is he? Trossard, is it an option? Of course he is. He's cheap as well. Fantastic channel to support. Thank you very much, Mark. And big up, yeah, Danny, British87 and Danny, 2 of my faves. Taylor says France just got a penalty in the last minute to make it 3-3. No way. Gosh, that is huge, isn't it? They were getting battered by Spain in the final of the Olympics. This is Mateta's France, Thierry Henry's France. As love instead of top tier, yeah, maybe. Palace superb preseason without him and Mateta not as talismanic. It's a fair point. They have been good without him, haven't they? My midfield should be Keane, Lewis, Potter, Bone. Yeah, wow, that is differential. Mako says, I might just triple up on Spurs, Poroson, Solanke. I'm not sure if I want Solanke from game week 1. I still don't know. Yeah, I still don't know. Yeah, Nuclear, it's not comparing apples with apples, though, is it? Because Bruno is 8.5 and Saka is 10. That's $1.5 million. Of course, Saka is higher output. He's more expensive. Saka's a great pick. Yeah, Zaha makes me ponder Eze's influence a little bit. It's a fair point. Guys, I can't remember. Eze and Zaha, did they just play together? Was it one season? When did Zaha leave? I think it's probably one season. Obviously, Eze was what? Reading, QPR, Palace. I think they overlapped for a year. Might be wrong there. Guys, I'm just going to check and refresh my video to see if we're at 100 likes yet. We're nowhere near. Come on. Can you please hit the like button? It just helps the algorithm. Like, it doesn't make it, like, if you hit the like button, I'm not going to all of a sudden earn £5. Like, if you hit the like button, it's cool to hit because it helps the algorithm. More people see the video. Likewise, when you're doing that, if you're not already a subscriber, and I assume you lot are all subscribers because I only see the chat, and to be in the chat, you got to have subscribed. But I know there'll be loads of lurkers that are watching going, do I really want to subscribe to this guy? If you don't, that's cool. If you do want to, because I'm hopefully producing good content, I've got lots and lots in the pipeline for the next few days. Loads of cool stuff, guys. My videos dropping on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be awesome. Trust me. It's a reason to subscribe. And of course, for all the tips pre-game week 1, I'll be locking in my team. Guys, my plans in terms of my team, I'm not tinkering until Sunday night. I'm going to drop a video on Monday with my team. And the reason I'm doing that is there's so much information to get from the friendlies this weekend because all the internationals are all the England players are returning, right? And with that, minutes are going to be so important. And we're also going to get interviews from managers. So I think there's going to be a ton of information Saturday. There's going to be a ton of information Sunday, of course, Community Shield as well. And after the Community Shield, I'm going to start drafting. And on Monday, I'm going to show you my team. And then on Thursday, I'm probably locking in because on Friday, I'm at Fest. There'll be no deadline stream. I might try and stream from Fest for an hour or two at like mid-afternoon. But yeah. So yeah, that's my plan for the week. Trust me, subscribe to Jenny. His videos are top tier and engaging compared to... thank you, mate. Sammy, that's very generous of you, mate. Cam says, if you drop a like, he may continue doing deadline streams next season. Exactly. I'm gutted I can't do that many deadline streams because of Sky Sports News. I do the deadline at Sky Sports News, right? It's at 10:30 on a Saturday morning. So I do Sky Sports News every other week. So 50% of weekends, you'll see deadline streams. And 50%, if you want to watch me, you can tune in Sky Sports News for 28 minutes on a Saturday morning. How many transfers do you think will happen until the end of the transfer? There's going to be so many, Marco. Loads of clubs leave it late. Although it is worth noting, this window has been lower level in terms of spend and number of transfers than we're used to. Probs, not many transfers. Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly for PSR, but there'll still be loads. Delia says, Gianni, your new channel cover pick is a bit similar to my ex-profile pick. Oh, love that, Delia. Yeah, I've needed a cover pick for a long time, and my very talented friend designed me one. Thanks, Offcore, for reminding everyone with that link. I do appreciate that. Look, we need to see Trent start for Liverpool. Hopefully we see that this weekend. Try and stream at Fest. Yeah, David, what I'm thinking is Fest or doors open at 3. That first hour, 3 till 4, I might stream. And then the on-stage content, 5 to 6:30, I might just be able to keep going, you know. I might just be able to keep going. So let's see. If the internet's good enough. Yeah. I'm not sure Offcore can make Fest, which I'm gutted about. Offcore, if you can, it's a free ticket with your name on. Hey, free drinks all night as well. Gianni said 7 p.m. on Chasing Green Arrows lot. Oh, did I? Oops. No, CJ will be streaming a deadline stream. I just won't be able to. How do you think the new look West Ham team is going to be amazing? My concern with West Ham is the manager is a defence-first manager, right? Lopetegui isn't the most exciting. Will West Ham keep a ton of clean sheets? Yeah. They'll score some goals too. Like West Ham, he's a good manager. The fixtures aren't great for West Ham, though, are they? And we still don't know who the standout asset is because, of course, it's Bowen, but he's expensive. No, we'll still do CJ. Next time, Sammy, yeah. I'm hoping to make the first time. Oh, Cam, let us know if you can come. Just DM me and I'll send you a free ticket. Yeah, it is 18 plus. Thank you, Harry, for pointing that out. How do I think Champions League will affect Villa? It's going to affect Villa a bit, isn't it? It is going to affect Villa a little bit. Although we have to remember they managed last year in the Europa. It's very different, though. It's very different because you just can't rotate in the Champions League. Although Watkins played most of the European games. Yeah, next time 87. That's cool, man. Where's Johnson in the tier list? I could only fit 23 players in, I think. So yeah, they're not all in there. They're not all in there with regret. FPL Joe is in the house. Joined 10 minutes late. 2 speed, just caught up. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Oh, FPL Joe in the house. Thank you for catching up, mate. It's always funny to think of people watching me on like single or double speed. I guess a lot of you do it. Like that's yeah. I must sound really funny. I hope you can still get the information you need. No way. I've gone live. I went live tonight at 6:30, which apparently was the same time the fantasy show went live on Sky. I did not know. I did not know I'd done that. That is funny. Yeah. So yeah, the first fantasy show of the season was yesterday. Pretty cool, to be honest. Yeah, I love that. With subtitles, yeah. Are the subtitles accurate? I saw that, Johnny, the eye roll and Kelly's a joke, but yeah, it's funny. The show. Yes. Pedro netted to Chelsea, by the way, guys. What do we all make of that? Like, I've got a poll in the chat about Solanke. 47% of you don't think you'll own. Yeah, 47% of you don't think you'll own Solanke. Guys, is anyone? All right, let's do it. This is a really cool poll. I'm going to put a poll up on screen and give your honest opinions here. Oh, Nigel the Crab is in. Nigel, nice to see you, mate. I see your name so often on other channels. And I was on Holly's earlier, and it was great to see Nigel there. And obviously Black Box too. So 2 of my favorite YouTube channels out there, Black Box and Holly Shams FPL. And Nigel is a long-term supporter of both those channels. So Nigel, I'm absolutely privileged that you've come over to chat with me this evening. And yeah, hopefully you're here for the long haul. But yeah, lovely to have Nigel, who is a avid FPL fan. He is completely one of us. And I'm sure many of you know him from chat of other polls. Guys, other channels. Guys, I'm going to start a poll now. Does Solanke make Son a better or worse FPL option? I've got my thoughts, but I'm not going to give my... Does Solanke make Son a better or worse FPL option? I've got my thoughts. I'm going to give... Oh, Freddie is in the house. No, this is my pleasure. Thank you, mate. Gary's in. Hey, G and the gang. I can't believe I just went up against me on TV and went live at the same time that I was on Sky. I did not know that. Yeah, it's a bit... I don't know if I love it. Solanke taking pens. I don't think so. If Tony had gone to Spurs, I think he'd have taken him off Son. I don't see Solanke taking him off Son at all. Just don't. It's my very first FPL season. Oh, Sally, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Do you think Son is a better or worse option with Solanke in the team? Guys, let me give my take here. guys. Solanke joining Spurs, for me, quite simply, it means more goals in the team. It doesn't mean more goals taken off Son. It means more goals for Spurs. More goals for Spurs means more games won, more open games, or more games where you win 3-4-5-0, where Son again is in the mixer for more goals himself. But more importantly, it means more assists for Sonny. Like, it's massive. I think I can only see this as a positive. Let Son play with the same number 9 and know his position in the team and not be moving between number 9 and the left. Solanke in the team is good for Son. Solanke's a better finisher than Richarlison, a much better finisher than Richarlison. Now, if Solanke goes and takes penalties, maybe the conversation is different. I don't see it. Son's the captain. He's the leader. He's got a good penalty record. I think he has missed 5 and scored 17 or 19 or something. Son's the main man in the Spurs team, even with the Solanke signing. And they're going to win more games and they're going to score more goals. And it's going to be good for Son. Son's in my Game Week 1 draft and the Solanke news doesn't change that. That's just my take. I could be wrong. We're going to go back to the tier list, guys. Do let me know if you think I got some of these completely wrong. If you're wondering who's above that Fantasy Football Scout logo in the top corner, that Fantasy Football Scout logo is there, by the way, because Scout sponsor my channel. Thank you, Scout. And you're all probably signed up, Scout. If you're not, check them out. That's Son that I put at top tier. I think Nkunku, because of his price, Salah because he's Salah, Eze because of his price and the fact that I think Palace are really good. But Son is also top tier this season for me. I also, of course, love all the others like Foden and Palmer and Bruno and Gordon. And then a few controversial picks. I've not gone Saka that high. I love Saka. I just think he's perhaps a bit too expensive this year. I think Saka and Foden should have been the same price. Solanke is a proper centre forward, better, absolutely, Freddie. Cam says, thinking of upgrading my membership for the new season. Is that WhatsApp group still around? Oh, Cam, of course it is, mate. Yeah. The WhatsApp group. I mean, just ask Freddie. Ask Sammy. They're both in the WhatsApp group and they've probably sent 10 messages each today. Like, our WhatsApp group is kicking off. It's full of Cam. We would love to have you in the WhatsApp group. We'd absolutely love to have you. If you want to upgrade, then send me a message and I'll put you in the WhatsApp group. I just need your phone number. And if you want to be a channel member, the word join, you can hit. Let's go back to the tier list. Solanke fits really well in the Spurs system. 54% of you do think Son is better. Solanke joining may also help Maddison. Yes, fair. There is a school of thought to say Solanke joining actually helps Spurs defensively as well. Because he's so good in the air, set pieces, Spurs have been weak. If you look at last season, set piece goals conceded, Spurs will be one of the highest teams on the list in terms of most goals conceded from set pieces. They've been really weak. Solanke will help them. They, I think, have also hired a set-piece coach now, which will make them better. But Solanke will help them defensively at set pieces too. Thank you, Offcore, for urging people to hit that like button. I'm going to refresh my YouTube and see if I've got 100 likes. Come on. And another 10 subscribers, maybe. So if you... 93. We're so close to 100. And guys, in terms of subscribers, 3 of you since I last asked have subscribed. So thank you for subscribing. There'll be many others watching for the first time. If you never have hit that subscribe button on this channel and fancy giving me a chance, do so because I think you'll enjoy it. I've got some awesome videos planned next week, including Ali Yahangarov's team reveal. Ali won FPL. Guys, for me, Ali's the best manager in the world. And I know many won't agree with that, and many will. Ali finished 215th in FPL 3 years ago, and 2 years ago he won it. Have you ever seen a performance in FPL back-to-back seasons rank 215 and rank 1? Now, last year he had a dreadful year. That's the way he manages. Ali will either finish in the top 500 or he'll finish in a million rank because he plays so differently. And to win FPL, you have to play differently. No one wins FPL with a template team. You get great ranks with a template team. You could get loads of 5K ranks, sure. But winning FPL, and that's what we're all here to try and do, right? Imagine winning FPL. I mean, hell, imagine finish 215th. But then the year after he won it, I can't wait to see Ali's team because do you know what? I just know it's going to be so different to my team. It's going to be so different to your team. Ali's team reveal will be dropping on this channel. And it's an exclusive, by the way. He won't be doing it on any other channel. Probably Wednesday or Thursday. Do not miss it. So yeah, get subscribing. Yes, of course. Someone's just said in the chat. Get Gianni to 20k subs. Absolutely. Nigel says, Son over Palmer for Gw1, even against City, Palmer is a ball unbound. It's a fair point, Nigel. The only reason I prefer Son is I know he's going to play 90 minutes. I'm just not sure with the England lads. Like some, like Saka and Palmer, Saka and Gordon will start. Foden won't start. Palmer, we don't know. Let's see. We're going to get loads of information this weekend, aren't we? Loads of information. Sammy says, yeah, me and Freddie are pretty active in the group. Yeah, good, as you should be, Sammy. The WhatsApp group is so much fun. Gary says, Spurs must be getting a Kane replacement. Yeah, Solanke also presses a lot. He does. And that's, yeah, get Jay to 100 likes and 19.5. There you go. That TPS player. Thank you very much. Good, we got there. Lloyd says, Porro became more appealing following the Solanke transfer. Do you reckon? Probably did, didn't he? Solanke can press, go Hano's son. Yeah, FPL Harry reckons he's the best manager in the world. Oh, sorry. Maybe. I think Ali is. I was just reading out comments there. Yeah, what's the show? What's that funny new show? Who's the comedian? Will Ferrell. Anchorman. When he just reads what's on the auto cue. It's kind of what I just did. Like usually I wouldn't have read that comment. It's funny. Yeah. Call me Anchorman. Who will be the striker for Bournemouth now? Well, they'll probably sign someone. They have got that Unai Emery guy, the Turkish kid, but if they get him 57 million in, and it won't all be in, but they can afford to go buy a striker. Knowing Bournemouth, it'll be a striker you've never heard of from La Liga, who'll be good, and they'll spend 20 million on him. Remember, they've got a very good coach in Iraola. Gary says, I've improved every season and only played 3 times. Look, if you're improving every season, that's all you could ask for. Luca, best Arsenal asset for me is still Saka, of course. Son isn't guaranteed 90 now with Werner, Johnson, Kulu. He was, I don't know, Mark. I don't know. I think we'll see a lot of 90s. Thoughts on, yeah, but he has been amazing, this Swedish lad. He's 4.5. No Salah is risky. Of course it is. Of course it is. I don't want to go with no Salah, but big up Angerman. I just can't fit them all in. You can't have them all. And I'm going Son over Salah, and that's 2.5 million. That's a big upgrade elsewhere, guys. Son over Salah means I can have a Jota instead of a Rodgers. It means I can have a Solanke instead of a Ladapo. By the way, I'm probably not going Solanke. This was just me showing a Solanke team. This isn't my team. My team will be out on Monday. I genuinely don't want to fiddle with my team. Guys, there's so much information to get over the weekend. The Friday, Saturday, Sunday information we're about to get with all Premier League teams playing. Their last pre-season friendly with the Community Shield. We're not only going to see eye test, we're going to get minutes, but we're also going to get managers' quotes. And there'll be more transfer new rumours. Yeah, Ahmad first game. I don't hate it. It's not for me, the Ahmad buy, but I don't hate it at all. Yeah, they'll go for some. Yeah, Ings could also go to Bournemouth. Yeah, Ings is a South Coast lad as well, isn't he? Danny Ings, Dingsy. Guys, the big news today is Solanke. Of course it is. It is just worth noting. This is my tweet from earlier. His last game pre-season, he didn't play the August pre-seasons for Bournemouth. 25th of July. It's 25 days until between fixtures from game week 1 to Solanke's last friendly. You're not going to start. He actually could start game week 2. Maybe I was a bit rash. But don't expect starts is what I'm saying. Yeah, Ings maybe is a little bit of a busted flush. Let's see. He strikes me as someone that would still score goals in the Championship, Ings, but maybe not Premier League now. I spent a bit of time researching assets today, says Nigel. The 5.5 bracket is immense. It is. When you look at Smith Rowe, Minte, probably the best bracket to select from to be able to get Salah. Yeah, if you are going Salah Haaland, There's an argument to say you need 2 5.5s. Your 7th attacker and your 8th attacker. And that's fine. I'm not ruling out Salah, by the way. I'm not ruling out that. One thing for sure is, and I can say with certainty, Haaland will be in my team. It's either for me a Haaland draft or a Salah and Haaland draft. It won't be a Salah only for me. I can say with certainty Haaland's going to be in my team. And I don't like the idea of streaming on a deadline, for example, and going, I'm not sure if I'm going with the Haaland team or not. You've had 6 weeks to plan your team. Of course, there'll be late decisions. But the Haaland one's a massive one. Make your bet on Haaland. Make your bet on Haaland. Other big news today. Well, Brighton. Guys, this is big news. Brighton might be signing a left back. This is only a transfer rumour, but it has been reported by Eurofoot. Let's see if it happens. This is far from a Fabrizio Romano, here we go. But just FYI, if Brighton spend 30 million on a left back, you don't really want Barker in your team, do you? I'd be gutted with that. Estupiñán, of course, is injured. If the new manager fancies Estupiñán and he's got Barco, he shouldn't need a new left back. This makes me think he doesn't fancy Estupiñán. Hi, Gianni. We miss you on the chat because I feel League. Ah, thank you, mate. Good to see you, Alex. Neto to Chelsea has to be big news. Yeah, exactly. I thought I had a tweet about it. I don't. Neto to Chelsea is huge. Neto to Chelsea is massive. I just question everyone. It's what you say every time with Neto. He must be sick of hearing it. But in 3 seasons for Wolves, I think he had something like 52 Premier League starts. Injuries are huge. But I'm not saying don't pick Neto. When he's fit, put him in your team. But it's a massive problem, his fitness. It does raise alarm bells. But look, I love Neto, and I love the fact Chelsea have managed to do a transfer without just out of nowhere. Like, that's happening. And it wasn't even rumoured. That's pretty cool. Alvarez sold by City, of course. That does maybe strengthen someone like a Foden. Yeah, and of course, you're right. Left centre-back is, of course, an option. Of course, left centre-back is an option for Estupiñán, especially if he looks at like a back 3. And again, like, we could definitely see that, couldn't we? Tony to Bournemouth. No, Tony's got a move bigger than Bournemouth in him. Tony to West Ham. Tony to, I know they've just signed Fulkrook, but I'm looking at Tony to, I don't know. Could Tony play? What are the team? Who needs a striker? Like, Tony's was linked with Chelsea and Arsenal not long ago. Tony to United. You know, Tony, not Bournemouth for me. Villa, could he play with Tony? Watkins? The problem with Tony staying is Brentford don't want him to stay because Brentford are a smart club in terms of finances, and they know he leaves for free next year. Tony's out of contract in 12 months. Brentford can make 40 million if they sell him this window. If they don't, they're losing him on a free. Yeah, Xerxes is a road choice. I like Xerxes. I've watched a lot of him, but let's see. Xerxes' addition in that team will help a Rashford. It will help a Ahmad. It will help a Garnacho. Drops deep, runners. Like, Xerxes good, but he's not an out-and-out goal scorer himself. Yeah, Sammy, you know the drill. You know the drill. As a Brentford fan, like, Brentford are one of the smartest clubs out there. They love data. They're smart in the transfer market. A 40 million. It's effectively, it will feel like a 40 million loss if they don't sell Tony this window. They'd be paying 40 million to have him play for them for 12 months. They'll be kicking themselves that they didn't sell him a year ago. They could have got 50, 60 from a year ago, by the way. Opinion on Rashford over Eze? No, not for me. I just prefer Eze. By the way, Oscar Bob. What are our thoughts on Oscar Bob? Are we tempted? Guys, should we do a poll? Who's the best 5 to 5.5 midfielder? Who is the best 5-5.5 mid? And Nigel was saying about this being a great bracket. I'm going to go Minty. I'm going to go Emil Smith-Rowe. I'm going to go Bob, who is 5. I'm going to go... I think we have to go Rodgers, don't we? I know there's other options that I'm missing, but I feel like... Yeah, Kamada, I know. I know. I'm going to go with these four. I'm not going to go Kamada because I don't think many are going there, although I think Kamada is a great shout. No, Neto's amazing, though. Neto is amazing. I was delighted Chelsea signing him. Harvey Elliott, Hudson-Odoi. I know, there's just so many good options. Oh, I put a D in Rodgers, sorry. Yeah, Danny, maybe I should have gone Hudson-Odoi in there. Hudson-Odoi, and who was the other one you guys wanted? Harvey Elliott. I agree, Smith-Rowe's the best. I agree, Smith-Rowe. There's Ahmad. Is Ahmad 5 or 5.5? I've not even looked at buying Ahmad. Nothing wrong with Ahmad, but not for me. He's 5. Christ. Cheap, isn't it? It's cheap. Yeah. Check this out. FPL juice glass. Andreas is likely to be sold, Abby. Rodgers nailed? No, not nailed, but should start the season, according to Villa fans. Done well pre-season. Rodgers, I think, has had a lot of minutes pre-season as well. I think he's played more than any other Villa player. It just doesn't always mean you're going to start game week 1, of course. But he's also had goals in pre-season, remember. If Palace re-signs Zaha, I think that pretty much kills us as a pick. Yeah, I know what you mean. He was in awe. It was like, oh, big brother. I prefer Son to Watkins just from game week 1. I don't know, Cole. I always think Fulham have got goals in them. And look, Fulham have been linked with... Who did I see them linked with? It was a really good centre-back. That was it. Diego Carlos from Aston Villa. As a toss-in replacement. He's a great defender. Zaha will be on pens. Yeah, do we think? I'm not 100% sure he'll always be on the pitch, Zaha. I actually don't know if this is the same Wilf that's going to be a sort of 90-minute man. Let's see. Muniz will... No, I don't think so. There was a pre-season game where Muniz won the penalty. Andreas wasn't on the pitch. And Lukic took it, the pen. And Wilf isn't great at pens. Good point. Ah, the South Bronx. Ha ha! Love that. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you to everyone. Lukic took it in the preseason. Thank you to everyone who's joining, by the way. Robinson's another good 4.5. Guys, best 4.5 defender. Do you know what? That's a poll. Let's poll that, shall we? Give me your options. Just give me your best 4.5 defender, and I'll take the most obvious ones from the poll. I'm going to put in one of my own. Mikolenko. And I think you're all going to say Konza. Hall is coming up a lot. And Robinson's also coming up a lot. All right, I'm going to put Robinson in. I can only do 4. Oh, wow. If I do that, it means no Anderson. Oh, I don't know. All right, we're going to go with... Sorry to all those that I've not been able to cover your picks. Ah, Nigel signed up as a member. Nigel, that is awesome, mate. Thank you. Really appreciate you being a member, mate. Welcome to the channel, Nigel. I've seen Nigel the Crab. Genuinely, I reckon I've seen you pop up in comments for probably Black Box, actually, for years. So having you on here is so cool. Thank you for coming over to the dark side. So yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Yes, joining the squad, absolutely. I'm chuffed with that. In terms of the poll, I'm shocked by the responses. If you can only pick one 4.5, you're all going Robinson. He does have the fixtures. He does have the attacking 10. Mikolenko rates high. Only 7% say Konza. By the way, guys, the only defender on this list that I've not looked at myself, and pretty sure I'm not buying, is Konza. Hall is in my team. Mikolenko is in my team. Robinson isn't, but he has been on my mind. Murillo as well. I am covering. Guys, look at my team here. All right. Let's do best 4 point. In a minute, we'll do best 4.5 goalkeeper. Before we do, give me your goalkeepers in the chat. I just want to add that I want to caveat everything I'm about to say. I've got to caveat this. Yeah, Mark's got a good point. Just attacking threat. Yeah, Lewis Hall is starting tonight as well, Saul. I'm pretty sure we're good on Lewis Hall, guys. Genuinely, he's played so many minutes pre-season. Lewis Hall has been amazing at the end of last season. Dan Burns' minutes have all been at the back. No, guys, I want to just do 4.5 goalkeepers. I know Raya. Nigel says he doesn't love Murillo mistakes in him. Let me just caveat everything I'm about to say, though, with the fact that I don't rate Matt's sells at Nottingham Forest. I think, however, Forest are going to keep loads of clean sheets because I like the manager and I like the expected data since he came in. Since Nuno was the manager there, they're sixth for XGC. Now, I know Sells isn't good, but he will keep some cleans. And he's first choice unless they buy another goalkeeper. The 6 for 8 goalkeeper they signed hasn't played in the 2 pre-season friendlies since he signed. So Sells starts the season. Whether or not he keeps the spot, I don't know. Henderson for me is a great option, and Sells and Henderson rotate really well. Flecken's also a great option. Areola. Is Areola 4.5? Yeah, he is. A lot are saying Areola. So look, let's poll it. If you can only pick one 4.5, I think I'm going to go Areola from you. Keep getting your options in and I'll have a look before. If you can only vote for one 4.5, assume it's a set and forget. Forget rotating pairs. Sells, Henderson, Flecken, Areola, that's the poll. Okay, good. They're the 4 we're kind of saying. Nigel says, yeah, Flecken feels like a sound 4.5. Henderson is diminished if Gay goes. Good point. Good point. Although, Nigel, they are a good defence and they will buy a good reinforcement. Chelsea's Chalobah has been heavily linked, by the way, with Palace, who, by the way, he likes playing right centre back, and they do play a back 3, a back 5, however you see it. But yeah, Gahey is going to weaken any defence, but they have been good. Love a long Larry keeper. Flecken is awful. Yeah, but remember, they don't have to be good goalkeepers to be in your team. Good FPL asset isn't always the same as good asset. At the moment, you're all saying Henderson. Can I just say, guys, assume Henderson is Gahey is leaving. Are you still voting Henderson? Because Gahey is leaving, by all accounts. You lot all hate sales. 12%. Okay, I'm going to change this question up. Yeah, Pope. Okay, this is what I'm going to ask is, what are you doing with your goalkeepers? All right, this is going to be a really interesting poll. Guys, what I'm going to ask next is, are you going for 2 4.5s, one 4.5 and a 4.0, a 5 million and a 4.0, or a 6 or a 5.5 million and a 4.0? And I think it's quite split. A lot are going Raya and a 4.0, 5.5. A lot will look at a Pope or a Martinez at 5. And then the 4.5 guys, I'm interested to know if you're going for a 4.5 keeper, are you going for 2 of them, or are you going for 1 and saving 500,000 and going for a 4 million dead spot? Personally, I'm on 2 4.5s, but I don't think that's popular this season. Let's have a look, shall we? Currently, 53% of you are going Henderson or think Henderson's the best option. 20% Flecken, the other two at 14%. Let's do a new poll then. This is exciting. I really want to know the answer to this next one. So, what is your GK lineup? So, is it 2 times 4.5s? Is it 4.5 and 4.0? Is it 5.0 and 4.0? Or is it 5.5 and 4.0? Okay, that covers all bases. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Oh, you still looking to bench boost? Pope and a 4 million. Yeah, Cam's on Pope. Kev's in the chat. Good to see you, Kev, one of my Ultras members. Welcome to the chat, Kev. Danny B says, Kev, Cam in the chat wants to know what the WhatsApp group is like. So will you tell him? He's looking to upgrade his membership. Danny says 3 times 4.5. Yeah, okay. Game at 1 bench boost low key. Yeah, Cam as well. Interesting. It's just not one for me. Never has been. But look, play your own game. Yeah, double B's keeper for me. Nice. Set and forget. Yeah, a lot of doing that with Brentford. Guys, currently, it's a really interesting poll. You're all going, well, 39% are going for a 4.5 and a 4. Only 17%, which is what I'm doing, by the way. Only 16% are going for 2 4.5s. That's really interesting. Wow. I'm shocked by that. And then 20% are looking at a 5.0 and 20% are looking at a 5.5. Okay. I mean, look, the 5 million category has got Pickford, Pope, Martinez, good goalkeepers. Pickford, set and forget. Yeah, fair enough. Thoughts on Raya as a goalkeeper option? I'm seeing people go for him. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Nigel, that is a lot of money. Jota guaranteed 90. No. Jota not even guaranteed to start. Don't buy Jota thinking you're getting 90. Guys, if you buy Jota, you're getting one of two things each week. 60 or 30. I still think he's a good pick. For the right fixtures at the right time. Rodgers for Bob. I don't know if I am going with Jota. This isn't my team. This is just a Solanke draft I wanted to show. There's a chance I end up with Jota. There's a chance I end up with Jota. I like Jota very much. Yeah, he's definitely worth it. And Nkunku's top tier for me. Look at the price. 6.5 million. I love Nkunku. I love the Nkunku shout. Guys, there are loads of people watching for the first time ever tonight. That's awesome. Thank you for joining. If you fancy it and you're enjoying today's show, please do hit that like button, but also subscribe to the channel. So guys, you can subscribe to the channel just by clicking that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. Now, many of you will be thinking, I see the chat. You've got to be subscribed to be in the chat. Surely everyone's subscribed. You're not. That I get the numbers on YouTube. It shows me around half my audience right now aren't actually subscribed. Crazy, right? But thank you. And all those that are, really appreciate you. And I know you've been hitting that like button. So cheers. Cheers, team. Can you rate my draft? Maybe I need to do some draft ratings. When do I do that? I'd love to do that. Yeah, guys, I made this tier list myself in PowerPoint. I'm very, very proud of myself. If you're watching me for the first time, like Nigel, you probably won't know this. I'm scared of technology, which is why it's taken me 5 years to make my own YouTube channel. So my streams aren't as snazzy as the others, but my pre-recorded content, I work with a super talented editor now that makes wicked stuff. Not these sorts of tier lists, but nice stuff with music and stuff like that. Cam, I'll rate your draft in the WhatsApp group. Genuinely, I'll rate anyone's in the WhatsApp group. In fact, I have rated everyone's in the WhatsApp group. So that's another reason. But Cam, if you DM me a draft, of course, I'll rate it. Thanks, off core. Chelsea are a horrible pick until they sort their start. Yeah, maybe. Forest kids meh. Forest kids are meh because they don't score many goals under Nuno. I don't think they'll score many. I think they'll keep more clean sheets. Newcastle win a 1-0. Already scored in 4 minutes. Come on, Newcastle. Who are we all buying now? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Newcastle. Let's all put Sean Longstaff in our team. I might actually tweet that because it's safe. It's 5.0. Whoa, bless me. Oh. I love that Longstaff. I mean, just yeah, guys. Do you know Tonali is back? Tonali is back very soon. I think he's got like 15 days left. Do you have teams you think will finish top 4 in the Prem? Yeah, top 4. Oh, good game. Guys, put your top 4 in the chat in order. I'm going Arsenal to win. I'm going Man City second. I'm going Liverpool third. And I'm going Spurs fourth. That's my top 4. I'm going Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Spurs. Ah, thank you. That'd be awesome, Nigel. Where are my mods tonight? Off-core's in the house. I think it's just off-core. I don't have many mods. If anyone wants to be a mod, let me know in the chat. Livramento assist. Sammy reckons City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs. We've literally picked the same 4, slightly different order with 1 and 2. Oh, Cam's gone Arsenal third. Danny's gone City, Arsenal, Paul, Spurs. Does feel popular. Arsenal, City, Chelsea. Chelsea's a super duper. Come on. I mean, I'd love you to be right. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United. Yeah, okay. Oh, Nigel, I'd love that. How can I make you a mod? God, I don't even know how to do this stuff. Add as a moderator. Oh, Nigel is now a mod. If anyone else wants to be a mod, let me know. You've got to be trying. I've got to know you are. You know, I'm not just going to let anyone be a mod. But I feel like I know Nigel really well, despite not seeing him around on my channel, just because I know him from others. I'd happily be a mod in the future. Cam, let me know. I can do that. I can make you a mod right now. There you go. I do think Arsenal have a great chance for the league this season. Yeah, they do. They do. No, I don't think Nuclear's ever been a mod, which is funny because Nuclear, I feel like you should be. Yeah, Sammy, come on, you should be a mod. You just let me know, guys. You let me know. Leo is good. Oh, Leo, you have been around a little bit. I don't feel like you've watched enough. Maybe you have. Maybe that's harsh. Because I need to do due diligence on my mods. Like Sammy's an Ultras member, so I know him really well. And Cam too. Right, Cam's now mod. Sorry, I'm struggling to keep up with the chat. Lean is in. Good to see you, Lean. City, Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle. Lynn, how do you think Villa are going to deal with the old Champions League as well? Newcastle, no European football could be big. Yeah, fair enough, Nuclear. You don't want to, yeah. Very funny. Do you think Solanke's going to start game 1? I don't, man. I don't. I think he'll feature in game week 1. Guys, this is why I don't think Solanke starts game week 1. Just read my tweet from earlier. 25 days between his last football and his first game for Spurs. Yeah, okay, fair mark, yeah. Liver or Hall? I think Lewis Hall, just for me. I think Lewis Hall. And Lewis Hall's been so many of my teams. Like Lewis Hall, I like very much. Just like Lewis Hall. Guys, if you're watching for the first time, do hit that subscribe button and obviously hit the like button. But thank you guys for subbing. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. I have something pretty cool, actually, that I wanted to put on your radar, guys. You may have seen me talking about... guys, I've got to put this on your radar, okay? You may have seen me talking about a very cool game called Sleeper. Many of you now would have heard about Sleeper from other content creators, and many of you will already have the app. If you don't have the app and want to get the app, scan this QR code, get your mobile out right now. I'm giving someone that joins my mini league. Now, this is a predictor game, by the way, where you predict, all you got to do is predict the first 10 games in game week 1, a home win, a draw, or an away win. The top score will probably be a draw. There'll be a few people that get 10 out of 10. And one of those people, live on YouTube, I'll be doing this, spinning the wheel of one of the people that gets top scores will win a PS5 in game week 1. I'm giving away a PS5 in game week 1. All you've got to do is join my Pick'em League in Sleeper. And to join that league in Sleeper, all you've got to do right now is get your phone out and scan the QR code. Scan the QR code right here, right now. Join my league and win a PS5 game week 1. Maybe. There'll only be like 500 of you in there, I think. Maybe, I don't know, under 1,000. I don't know how many are going to sign up next week. Over the course of the season, I'll be giving away weekly prizes, and I'll also be giving away awesome end of season prizes. If you've never heard of Sleeper, I genuinely think you will love the app. You can even play the fantasy draft game and all sorts on there. It's wicked. So if you fancy doing it, if you've already done it, then let me know. Like British87 saying he might do it. Let me know if you've already joined Sleeper. But yeah. Paolo, is it in the house? Love that, Paolo. Thank you so much for signing up, by the way, as a channel member, Paolo. That is pretty cool. Paolo is a new squad member. So shout out, Paolo. You're going to get extra content and hopefully some, ways of supporting the channel. But also, Paolo, you'll know if you've watched my streams before, you're going to get a ton of flashes up during my lives. Like my lives are about my channel members as far as I'm concerned. So guys, do download the Sleeper app. Link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code. And as I said, I'm giving away a PS5 game week 1. I'm buzzing about that. Honestly, I'm not allowed to win it. But yeah, predicting the first 10 games. We'll run through some of those predictions another time. Good to see. We have got loads of you signing up as members tonight. John has also signed up to the squad. John, thank you so much. In a couple of days' time, you'll see I drop videos on YouTube, which is just for members only. Sometimes we do members only Q&A chats. There's loads of reasons to be a channel member. So I really appreciate you, John, signing up. You won't regret it. And any question you've got anytime, drop a comment in any of my videos, and all channel member comments, I make a point of always answering your questions, whether it's in the chat or on my videos. Sorry, guys, to your non-channel members, I can't always answer every question. I've joined Sleeper. Good stuff, Sarah. You won't regret it. Yeah, you can redo, Reedy, your choices. You can redo that. Oh, nice. John, no way have you gifted 5 memberships. Dude, that's too generous. Thank you, John. Ha! British87 says, while we're here, let's get Gianni to 20k. Well, look, I would love to get to 20k. It's not going to happen tonight. I've got 500 to go. 500 subs to go. Maybe I can get there by game week 1, though. That's a real target, isn't it? Thank you so much for giving out some memberships, by the way. Laylex won, which, John, for you to give out 5 memberships, knowing Laylex got one is wicked, because Laylex is one of our regulars. I'm delighted Laylex has one. Are we underestimating Ipswich? I don't think so. I do think at home they might be difficult to beat. John gifting memberships as well. Yeah, John, that is awesome. Big up, John. Thank you. What a man. Loads won there. So thank you to everyone I'm sure, is a virtual thank you. John, I really hope you win the PS5. Not going to lie, or Nigel, or any of our channel members this evening. But genuinely, the chances of winning PS5 are greater now than what they'll be later in the season. Because as the year goes on with Sleeper, I'm going to get more and more sign-ups. Ha, John, you're like, you've dished out the memberships and you're leaving us. That is amazing. That is so good of you, mate. I can't believe that. Like, you're not even here to watch for long. You're still gifting memberships. So thank you. I'll see you on my lives very, very soon. I'm going to do a fair few lives next week as well, guys. So thank you so much for joining. Guys, I am going to actually love you and leave you as little. I don't want to go, but I need to put my daughter to bed, and I promised my wife I'd do it tonight. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another live on Sunday. How about this? As soon as the Community Shield finishes, straight away at the final whistle at 4:45 on Sunday, I'll go live with a pre-season report and reaction to the game. Yeah, let's do that, guys. I'll see you Sunday evening, and I'll be dropping another video Sunday probably as well. Awesome sauce, guys. Thank you as always to all my channel members. Special shout out to our mods. Thank you, Nigel de Crab. John, thank you so much for I have PS5, mate. If I win, I'd mate, it's very kind. Special shout out to John for gifting some memberships there at the end. Blown away by that. Paolo, thank you for signing up as a member. Nigel too. Kev, thank you all so much. I will see you Sunday night. And guys, it gets real serious next week. My one bit of advice just before you go, don't get too caught up on your draft today. Don't get too caught up on your draft tomorrow. A lot is going to change. Information is king, and we're about to get a ton of it because all teams are playing in the next 48 hours. And with that, we're going to get managers' quotes. We're going to see minutes. We're going to see goals. We're going to see performances. Our drafts will change a lot. Wait till Sunday, then have a proper rip it up start again if you need to. And next week is where it gets really serious because there's not going to be a huge amount of information after Monday. Sure, we'll get press conferences on Thursday, Friday. But other than that, the biggest amount of information we're going to get between now and game week 1 is probably this weekend. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.